All right. So, what was your experience working with me when you first started out, and what your expectations were? What if you had any expectations? If you thought it was all fluff, what was your experience?
Well, okay. So, might as well just kind of start at the beginning, and let's just go from there. So, in my line of work, I deal with a lot of people and information, and I have to spend a fair amount of energy being open to whatever they say as being possible or true, and then later on, the facts become what they are. And I've dealt with some clients who had some interesting businesses that to me sounded somewhat unbelievable, but I stayed open to what may be, and I found a lot of them were very true to their word. And so when Monica asked me to help her form an LLC to start a new business, of course that's what I do, sure. And when she mentioned that it was going to be for animal communication, I thought, okay, maybe. Not making any judgment or opinion. It's just being open to any of the possibilities. And during the course of our discussions, I somehow must have disclosed that I had a dog with some challenges, and specifically starting from the day that we got her as a puppy, and showed a lot of maybe aggressive behaviors as a puppy, and took her out to a canine trainer, and who trains police dogs, and he's been doing this all his life, and he tried a few things to see what was going on here. I remember him putting some food in a bowl, letting her eat from that, which she wants to devour, and he puts his hand in there and she tries to bite him. Not something a puppy would normally do. And he then had his German Shepherd there and commanded his Shepherd to aggressively bark at my little puppy, and which it did. And my puppy then decides to try to attack the German Shepherd. And that's how things started with Vegas. Recommendation evaluation was, which was consistent with what a vet had indicated, is that this dog was probably from a puppy mill. It was Cocker Spaniel, and its brain is wired wrong or poorly, and the canine trainer recommended that I put her down. And believe me, I kind of wanted to. I could tell this was not going to be a good situation, but I chose not to. And from there, I spent, 16, 17 years dealing with a dog that at times was adorable and at times wanted to bite and be aggressive and attack, including me. She was drawn blood from. And this was a dog that I could maybe pet a few times before she'd get up and growl and want to be left alone. And so I mentioned this to Monica, and she said, well, I'd be happy to come over and take a, meet her and talk to her or something. And so I said, sure. And so we set up a time, and Monica came by the house and immediately started conversing with my dog and relaying, translating what my dog was telling her, which I thought, okay. So then we sat down, and I forget how long it was, is maybe 30 minutes or so, but Monica and my dog just got into conversations, and my dog revealed all kinds of things that Monica would never have known, because I had just met Monica, and she could not have known some of the things that my dog was saying. which were accurate. And I've got like 6 pages of notes of this conversation. It was just like, I was amazed. And so from there, it's one of those situations where seeing is believing. I went in with an open mind, which I think everyone needs to have. But clearly, Monica was able to have communications with my dog, and I know this to be true because, again, things were revealed that Monica could not have known. And which, after that event, I spent some time, thinking about Monica's abilities, and, came to an understanding, which I've been open to in the past, but, that we all have certain abilities. We put all kinds of labels on them as to what those abilities are, but, Monica has the abilities to communicate with animals and humans in ways that most of us don't know how to do or don't remember how to do. And it's not that we don't have those abilities, it's just that most of us haven't maybe tuned into those abilities. But by way of example, I mean, we all, if you've ever owned a dog, you probably have had the experience where your dog seems to know when you are going to take the dog for a walk, or when it's time to be fed, or when you're leaving the house and they're not coming with you. They seem to know. And how is that? I mean, they are communicating with us in ways that we don't have well-developed abilities. At least most of us don't, except for Monica. So anyway, from there, Monica went on to provide regular counseling, visitation with my dog, and who started going into end of life stages. And it was absolutely just amazing, the communication that they were sharing, and Monica was sharing with me, that my dog was experiencing. And as challenging as it is when an animal is going through that phase, I was able to be with her, and without having to put her down. Monica just was there to keep me apprised as to whether or not she was in pain or otherwise, and my dog died peacefully in my arms.